I became a Woodlake Lutheran congregant back in 1980 when I moved to the Twin Cities after college. And I've been working at Walker Methodist Care Suites in the last 3 years. And I wanted to share a moment from kind of one of those aha moments that I had when I was at work. We were in the middle of reading a devotion, and it was from Saturday, March 28th. And from the book of Ezekiel, he wrote, "See now, I am for you. I will turn to you." Further down in the devotion, it said, "The words Ezekiel speaks are just as true for us now as they were thousands of years ago. Times that are barren and feel deserted will someday sprout with new life. Through this prophet of so long ago, God has a new word to speak to us. God has turned toward us to hear our needs and is at work for our well-being." And then the prayer concern was for gardeners and vineyard owners. And it just so happened that day we were planting little pots, peat pots, of nasturtiums and some zinnias for the garden on the south side. And I thought, how serendipitous that is that the devotion for that day be from that passage from Ezekiel. But then it kind of got me reminded of a devotion I had started but didn't use at one point, and I had originally started it out as, "We are always experiencing change wherever we are, wherever we go, be it our job, family, politics, or summer road construction, or our current COVID-19. It all causes us stress, and we need to relax." And I thought one way I really relax is through prayer. And one of the ways I really love to pray and place is when I'm outside working in the yard. And considering we're at stay at home now, but the snow is starting to melt, being in the backyard is a great place to do it. And I happen to remember my mother loved to go out in the garden, and after she worked in the garden, she was so much calmer, so much more at peace. And I recently had run into or rediscovered a poem she had clipped from the newspaper and had kept for all these years, and I'd like to share that with you now. And it's called "Gardening God's Way." "Plant 3 rows of peas, peace of mind, peace of heart, and peace of soul. Plant 4 rows of squash, squash gossip, squash indifference, squash grumbling, and squash selfishness. Plant 4 rows of lettuce. Let us be faithful, let us be kind, let us be obedient, let us really love one another. And no garden is complete without turnips. Turn up for meetings, turn up for service, turn up to help one another. Water freely with patience and cultivate with love. There is much fruit in your garden because you reap what you sow." Oh, to conclude the garden, we must have time. Time for God, time for study, and time for prayer. I know it's kind of a cheesy poem, but it's just one to kind of remind us of what a wonderful garden we can plant, and we can eventually reap what we sow. So may you pass the bounty on to others in many different ways, and thank you for letting me share this with you.